saying. And Rashi, on the pasuk that talks about it, he comments on a little bit of a weird lashon in the pasuk. You go to the Kohen, and you come over, and it says, "V'vasa el Kohen ashiya b'yamim hahem." You should go to the Kohen. That is in those days. Now, one is really obligated to do this just because going to the Kohen is not in your days. It should be a weird experience going to a kever, like, bringing this basket. Flowers like acceptable, but like a basket of fruit, like a little weird, quite wrapped. So what exactly is the pasuk trying to teach us? And Rashi says on that pasuk, "Elocha al kohen shehu b'yamecha kamo shehu." You've only that kohen in your days. Only the kohen in your days. That's all you got. Kamo shehu, as he is. And there's a very nice word which we said. Something about Hirsch kind of echoes a little. And we talked about this idea. And the idea that we only have, the Gedolim in our days, the rabbis in our days. People always like to look back and like to say, "Oh, it was so great in Europe, it was so great during the Rishonim times." We only have what we have here. It's a very classic idea in Yiddishkeit. We learned Nachman is the one Makos, right? Maybe that's the word Shad Rosh Hashanah, land of Pokim, talks about how Leo, whatever. It's the same concept. I won't get it. I'm not going to try to quote the Gemara because this will be more embarrassing. So, it's a famous concept. The problem is that this comment was said 2 weeks ago. In Parsha Shoftim, we talk about Zoki Mamre, and it says that you should go to the judges, or in those days. Let me try and find the exact pasuk right here. We're almost there. Technical difficulties. Here we go. Go to the Kohen Halavim. Rashi says not will be a mamish, but the Kohen were from Shevet Levi. And to the Shotim B'yamim hahem, and he says the same exact idea there. Rashi says B'yamim hahem. It's on his pasuk test. So he says over there, Afil in Shotim Shul Lefanov, even if they're not like the judges he had before, Afsar the Shmolo in Lecha Ela Shotim B'yamim hahem. Even if he's not as good as he used to be, you still have to listen to him. And the question is, why is this repetition? It says over here in Shotim, and it repeats the same idea. Shebi Amecha, B'yamim hahem. Why the repetition? Tvei dinim b'kohen. The Kohen serves two roles. The first role is that of the legal sense. He's like a judge. You see, he sits here with the judges. He says, go to the Kohanim and the judges. He had a role in the legal system. He also talked about the idea that when you did Neveira, you went to the Kohen to bring a korban. He was part of the legal sense. And that is what is expressed here. That when you go to the Kohen, when you go for legal reasons, you only have the Kohen in your days. As in, if he gives you a psak, you can't say, well, the Chavetz Chaim would pass it differently. You can't say that. The Chavetz Chaim is not here nowadays. The Kohen in your days is here. And when it comes to halacha, you can't be looking back and saying the Chavetz Chaim is greater, the Rambam is greater, Rav and Rav Zeir were greater. You can't say that. You have only the Kohen in your days. And then over here in Parshat Kisavo, we come to the second idea of the Kohen. That he's a spiritual guy, a spiritual advisor, who helps the Ruchnis. And that role, again, we only have that which we have in our days. A lot of times people say, nowadays we don't have a Lashon, and we don't have the great Gedolim, we don't have the same spiritual opportunities that the previous generations had. This is the Torah. You have the spiritual opportunities that you have. Hashem sets up every single person with the exact characteristics, the exact door that they need to be in. If we lived in the times of the Lashon, it would be destructive for us. We're made to live in 2011, not 1102. And I want to take this idea a little further. Baruch Hashem. sitting in a base medrash. Okay, I tried to make it last year. Oh yeah, they were very against it. Whatever, different story. But we're sitting in Eretz Yisrael. It's an incredible spot. Big spot. Okay, we're sitting in Eretz Yisrael, and it's an incredible matana from Hashem. It really is. But it's not perfect. Yeah, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. There are a lot of problems. The government is not from. Not all of our brothers, unfortunately, all of our brothers, unfortunately, they're, not just maybe not from, maybe even anti-from, possibly because of Medina. Hey, hush it. There's definitely issues that need to be worked out in Israel. So what are we going to say? We're going to say, oh, it's not good enough? You have only what are by Yamim Ahim, B'Yamecha. You have only the spiritual opportunities that are presented before you. And who are we to say it's not good enough? It should have been better. We can take advantage of what we have. And I want to shift now to more of a personal note. Second Rashi. The Rashi, Mamash right after that, Rashi has quoted, let's say Rashi, one right afterwards. In Rashi Savo, he talks about, they say to the Kohen, Amarta Elah, say to the Kohen the declaration. And why is that to say to the Kohen? Why is that finished now? He said to the Kohen. And Rashi finished in the couple of 12 books is free. And in the art school footnotes, in the art school Rashi, they explain it a little more, and I think they're just going to be fair. I really shouldn't have that. But one of the ways to express Hoda'ah, and I know I'm feeling too moving. It's okay, don't worry, it's alright, We all understand Rivka. We all understand Rivka, we all know the Rashi, it's okay. But the only way to really spread Hoda'ah is to talk to others. This is really the point of what we have tonight. And I want to say a public Hoda'ah. First to a third parcel. And even though, there are issues, but thank you so much, Hashem, for giving us the opportunity that we had. For giving us the ability to visit here, to live here. Amen. But really, it's an incredible tzchus, it's an incredible matana. And I really want to thank Hashem publicly in front of all of you guys for that incredible tzchus. I want to thank Him for all of the, I was telling someone, I was telling Omri, Mom was just like an hour ago. We're talking about Yonatan Siev about Aliyah, and I said, he said, when did it happen? Because I've wanted to make Aliyah since my year, since I told Aliyah 11th grade, and when did it become now you're making it? I knew I was making it, I didn't know when. It was mamish into Kaizman. Before the beginning of Kaizman, I had no idea that I was going to be making Aliyah this year. And then suddenly things came up, and then suddenly all these responses started coming up, and a lot of different factors suddenly came into play. And the entire Kaizman, not the entire time, for 2-3 weeks, it was a very tense moment. When things were coming up, and there were all these cheshbonos, and then certain things would be worked out, and mamish, the Yad Hashem, everything fell into place, so many different factors and details, everything just seemed to fall right into place. And I tried to make Aliyah, and the Aliyah process itself too, so many things happened, and it all worked out incredibly. Baruch Hashem. What do you think Hashem for that? And I'm videotaping it, so hopefully I'm going to put on YouTube with my parents. But I want to thank my parents too, and my family, for the support, allowing me, for support, and really just everything they gave me, as far as support and sending me documents that I needed, and always being there for questions and answers, and just whatever I really needed. And I want to thank all you guys. Okay, anyway, so I really want to thank you guys. Having incredible chaverim, and you guys, even if I never came with you and just discussed all the other things, you don't know how much support you are. To have, he needs the call on. He really does. Anyways, really, to have friends always there for you to discuss things, just as never not really since that, but Mashiach, and the tabernacle should come up. Maybe a man.
Yeah, we're gonna watch
Yay! Really good. We're all proud of you. We love you.
Mazko. Oh. We Miami.
Oh, cousin.
It's going on YouTube, I think.
Hi, Mom and Dad.